Welcome to this week's vlog, where I'll be applying a contemporary lens to traditional literature. We know that students are increasingly becoming disengaged in novel studies, reluctant to read and study traditional texts. I've discovered that, used appropriately, modern adaptations and technology-based activities may be used to enhance students' engagement and understanding of the content of the novel. Modern adaptations aim at updating classic literature and removing the stigma attached to authors such as Shakespeare and Austen as old-fashioned and difficult to comprehend. Modern adaptations include Clueless, based on Austen's Emma, and Bridget Jones's Diary, based on Austen's Pride and Prejudice. These films exemplify how modern popular culture has reappropriated classic novels. Baz Luhrmann's transformation of Romeo and Juliet is another prime example, with references to drugs, gangs, and guns. Through updating the setting and the characters, the film allows the story to become more accessible to a teenage audience. Adaptation as interpretation allows students to create modern adaptations of the story they are studying. This activity allows students to engage more fully in the study of the classical text as they work to recreate it in a modern light. In this sense, students become the authors of their own learning. Draxler highlights how modern adaptations allow students to transform period pieces into contemporary texts, utilizing their knowledge of modern society alongside their understanding of the timeless themes presented in the classic text. Allowing students to create modern adaptations allows them to create characters and locations that they can relate to. Technology can also be utilized to allow students to engage with literary texts as living and culturally relevant artifacts. Students are well versed in social media usage, and therefore they may be more willing to engage with literary texts if these networking facilities are used. Balcikanli and Cephe list the benefits as facilitating learner motivation and engagement, improving language proficiency, and improving learner autonomy. Another way to engage students in studying traditional texts is to relate the themes found within to contemporary events. Take Shakespeare, for example. His themes are universal, irrespective of boundaries such as class or ethnicity. His works, while set centuries ago, center around love, jealousy, fear, and courage, themes that are relatable to all. In asking students to relate the themes found within classic texts to modern world events, they can see more clearly the relevancy of traditional novels in the modern world. In completing this ILP, one question kept popping up. Should contemporary texts completely replace traditional novels? While contemporary texts assist students in engagement and understanding, I wouldn't wish to see traditional literature completely eradicated. While this ILP has considered traditional themes mirrored in contemporary literature, it hasn't explored the language found within traditional novels, or whether that language can be found within contemporary texts. Coming back to my dude Shakespeare, while some consider him irrelevant in today's society, we cannot deny his value or worth in influencing the English language and literature. If this ILP was to be extended, the language found within traditional and contemporary texts would be considered. But we'll leave that for next time.